From defending cuties, to leaving Mr. Beast and insulting Chris Tyson years later, this is the dumbest attempts to cancel Sneako. In 2020, Netflix released a film called Cuties. And do you remember how mad the internet was? It was a film that tells the story of an 11-year-old girl who struggles to find her identity, leaving her torn between her Muslim traditions and her peer group's attempts to emulate this persona of woman in the West. And even before watching it, people were incredibly mad at the marketing campaign for this film.
Really funny is how different the covers are for the release of the European version of Cuties and the American version of Cuties. The European version is just like a normal thing. It says mignon and just like girls playing, because to them, this is a movie about growing pains, about childhood. It's a coming of age film. But here, we only see the most provocative parts of the film. We only see the girls dressed down, we only see the twerking, and we get mad immediately. That's why the cover looks like it's a beauty pageant. I thought it was going to be a reality show about girls dancing.
But Moist Critical said he did watch it, in this video titled Cuties is Worse Than You Think. In this, he states,
"But it's significantly worse than I thought it would be, and according to every other YouTuber I've now watched, it is significantly worse than they thought it would be. And I cannot even begin to describe how fucking baffled I am that anyone defends this movie. The fact that this has an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes tells me that everyone that left that a positive review needs to be investigated ASAP."
And this was the polar opposite to Sneako's opinion on the movie, as in this video titled, "I Have a Confession, Cuties is my new favourite movie." He goes over,
"It's not an unrealistic film. Like, yes, it shows children in a way, but this is not unusual now. And the people who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z. What the film actually points out is a difference between generations, how it doesn't really make sense to force kids to be in this completely religious praying, throwing water on them. And the only solution that the parents had for when the girls in the movie started acting out was to just bring other family members into the household, and like they had the uncle put his hand on the girl's forehead like that's not gonna do anything. This girl is clearly lost. Netflix isn't stupid enough to put out a movie that bad. They're not that stupid. They know what they're doing. They knew that there was gonna be outrage."
Even though these aren't really bad points, in Sneako's Twitter post where he promoted this video, the replies call him out. I feel like Sneako always tries to have an unpopular opinion on purpose. Sneako, you're taking this trying to be controversial and edgy shit too far. Even though this is still brought up online and used to shut Sneako down, this is nowhere near as severe as the one thing the internet has against Sneako. No matter what he does, who he insults, Sneako will always be known as the cuck. In 2020, Sneako met a girl named Maria, who regularly appeared in his content, and they seemed to be a good couple. More often than not, they were laughing together on camera or having good thought-provoking conversations. But Sneako had a thought, an idea that festered into an infamous meme. He wanted Maria and himself to see other people. In an episode of the Peer-to-Peer podcast, Sneako goes over how he went to a swingers party with his girlfriend and watched her get fucked.
You sat on the bed while she got fucked?
I was there too. I mean, we was both. I got up.
Were you fucking his girl?
I was not fucking with her. No.
So you just sat there Indian style with your feet
Y'all
crossed.
both just sat there.
Well, she was on top of me. She was like, she was on, and I was just like not fucking with it. And I saw her, and she was like, and I was like, fuck that. And I just left the room. And then she left too. Like, luckily, I thought she was gonna stay
killer,
there.
dog. Why you leave the room?
But I couldn't. Like, it was. I was literally having PTSD watching that. I was like having war flash. Like I just started. Could not do it. Could not do it.
So did that get you out of your cheating ways?
What position?
No. It was missionary. Missionary legs up.
Like missionary legs up.
Legs up.
This man has lived my worst nightmare and is okay talking about it publicly. He said whatever happens there stays there, and then jumped on a podcast to tell the world about it. And this is probably, despite everything else he has said, everything else he has done, this is Sneako's worst mistake, to whoever he attempted to insult online, and this is important. As on the 12th of May, Penguinz0, also known as Moist or Charlie, posted a video titled "The Worst Alpha Male Ever," where he insulted and accused the Fresh and Fit podcast of lying about their stories and coming off misogynistic.
They have to go in public with like fucking horse blinders on, and if they even so much as glance at a dude, you need to kick them to the streets immediately because they're a fucking disgusting, worthless whore. It's a lot of horrible, abhorrent shit that they talk about, and I'm sure you've heard of them or seen them before because I've had so many viral clips over the last year of them getting dunked on by the guests they bring on. I'm pretty sure the two of them have a humiliation fetish, which is the reason they keep this show running, but they're also kind of like the Voldemort of YouTube.
And months later, Sneako came across this clip after his chat told him to react to it. To begin with, Sneako came off well, defending his friend from an attack video on them.
You realize like how anybody critical of red pill, like alpha male ideologies is always kind of like this, like pretty much like a white guy who looks like he doesn't really go outside that much. The antidepressant nature. That's what I've noticed doing the breakdowns of all the documentaries, all the hit pieces, and all the people who you can look at someone and tell, and you can figure out what they think. You know what I'm saying? If you're online all day, if you're on your computer all day, you don't look like you get that much sun, of course you're gonna be critical of Fresh and Fit, Tate, Red Pill, me. You're not gonna ever, we're gonna butt heads. We're not gonna agree. Maybe someone should make a video about the fact that the way you look, the way you spend your time is going to dictate your outlook on women in life.
But over time, it was like these comments cut deep on Sneako as he got more and more heated, which led him to insulting Charlie's girlfriend and calling him out for being monogamous.
I go say names. Someone texted me. He's in a monogamous relationship. This is his girl. So there you go. I mean, I told you, like, I could hear it in your voice. The fact that someone doesn't have to abide by those rules. Someone could go and fuck a lot of bitches. That it's so foreign to a lot of people's ideas, because when you get brainwashed, when you get told that monogamy is the answer and you need to go and be married and just settle down with some girl, when you hear other people talking about stories like this, you're like, there's no way it's true. You're a virgin.
Months later, after things quieted down, Sneako appears with a tweet. A post of the Soy Boy collage with the caption, "Pattern recognition. This collage is everyone who advocated for my cancellation." After Charlie heard of this, he clapped back. "Holy shit, you pathetic, sensitive, soy little worm. I made fun of you for watching your girlfriend get fucked by numerous other men, and also insulted you for defending child. That's not cancellation, that's just spitting on you for being a pitiful, sad cock." Sneako responded to this. "You know in your soul, you would never say that to my face." But it was too late. Moist Critical had used the two things I mentioned earlier to take what the internet saw as a win and an L for Sneako. But an L Sneako does admit to taking is when he left the Mr. Beast channel to expose Jimmy, and then drop knowledge on Chris Tyson coming out as trans. Many years ago, Sneako was a bigger channel than Mr. Beast. Jimmy himself has actually admitted that Sneako was a big inspiration for him, in a video titled 5 YouTubers I Think Will Be Famous.
At number 2 I have Sneako, and if you've ever seen Sneako's videos, you realize that they're kind of addicting. Once you start watching them, it's kind of hard to stop, but I don't know what it is about him. It's just, he's so straightforward with things, and he's not biased on anything. He'll let you know anything that's on his mind, and I never miss an upload from Sneako. I don't really know how to explain it, but he pretty much uploads videos similar to Eddie the Chump, just they're really well put together and really well thought out. I don't really know how else to explain it besides just telling you to go watch his videos. And
this led to years later, Sneako featuring in a Mr. Beast video, where they build a Lego car and then drive it on the road. But this is the only video Sneako appears ever. So why is this? No one from the Mr. Beast crew appears in only one video. So what caused this to happen to Sneako? In a video titled "Why I Will Be Rich Next Year," Sneako states,
"Why does he have 1 million subs? Like, I'm talented, right? I inspired him." And then he hired me, which was a great opportunity. He paid me well. I stayed there in a hotel. I got paid well. But then I didn't get the call back to work with him again that summer. His manager said, "Nah, you don't need to come anymore, never mind." Everyone told me don't do it. Everyone said, don't make that video, don't try to expose him. But I did it anyway. When I'm mad, I'm right. There's no one else. I'm the only one who's right. Hey, f what you think. F what Phil thinks, you stupid idiot. Hey, I'm the right one, you scumbag piece. I'm right. Who do you think I am?
And this is why what Sneako said about Chris Tyson is such a big deal. In a Rumble livestream where Sneako finds out Chris Tyson is transgender, he goes on a massive rant about how this is brainwashing, how this is not Chris, and how it's the elites.
I said that transgenderism is a mental illness, and people like even
that aren't completely woke are saying, but you're invalidating the experience. Like, you can't even really tell the truth. And we're on an alternative platform, everyone. Like, I think that when you get in this echo chamber, you think that you're actually fighting the fight. It's going so far woke left that it's almost not even capable of returning.
Also, thank you guys for 6,000 subscribers. If we haven't hit it when this video goes out, we're literally about to. So thank you, it means a lot. And feel free to subscribe.